It's the country's sesquicentennial, which means Canada is 150 years old.
Happy birthday, Canada!
And to celebrate it, we have created a big birthday cake.
This is, I think, the biggest cake I've ever seen.
This cake has 4 delicious layers and 3 layers of icing, each one a different flavor. And we want you to replicate it.
Because this is a really big job, you're gonna be working in pairs. And without knowing it, you already chose your partner. Look beside you. Whoever shares your cooking station today is the person you're gonna be baking with.
We're not telling you the flavors of the 4 layers of this cake, or the 3 layers of the icing between them.
Awesome. This is impossible.
More importantly, we're not going to let you see anything.
That's right. You are gonna taste this cake blindfolded.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Come on.
You now have 10 minutes to engage all of your senses except for your sight.
Your time for tasting starts now.
Let's keep our voices down so nobody can hear us.
Okay.
Bottom, because this is icing on top.
7 taste profiles they have to pick out.
Every single layer here presents different levels of difficulty.
I tell you, chocolate, easy. Coconut, maybe a little bit more difficult.
It is coconut. If I have one thing going for me, it's definitely my palate. I know a lot of flavors. I'm able to pick up tastes really well.
It's orange.
Pistachio, that's gonna give people trouble because it tastes like a lot of nuts.
I think it's almond.
And let's not forget, by the time you get through to the 3rd or 4th flavor, your palate starts to get a little confused, right?
Vanilla. Chocolate, chocolate.
Hands up!
That's bright.
I hope you enjoyed Canada's birthday cake. Now, it's up to you to replicate it.
Your 60 minutes starts now!
I got coconut.
I got orange.
Orange. Did you get vanilla?
I did have coconut.
Let's go back in.
So it looks like they're all starting off by making their sponge batter.
I want to show them that Matt and I can work a good team together and that we can have fun while doing it. And we're going to win this.
Justine is doing all the scaling and measuring. Matt is doing the oiling and the coating of the cake pans.
We're gonna knock this cake out of the park. Say happy birthday to Canada.
Do you want to add any orange zest in the cake?
Do it.
I think it'll be absolutely fascinating to see how many of them get the correct flavors of both the icing and the sponge cake.
The top was, I think it's maple. The top is maple.
Do we not think it was hazelnut?
How about maple coffee? Just a tiny bit of coffee in there.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You have 30 minutes left. Your cake should be in the oven now. Icing is no piece of cake either. It's the thing that glues the layers together. So the proportion must be right. And the consistency, I want it smooth. I don't want it lumpy.
Icings are my thing.
Cakes should be out of the oven.
How's our cakes doing? Did you check?
Yeah, they're all rising really nicely.
How's it look?
It's a little underdone.
These cakes are still looking a bit jiggly to me.
Go!
So one of the moments of truth right now is being able to get those cakes perfectly out of those pans without having any damage to the cake.
See if we can get at least one thin layer out of the chocolate. Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah.
It looks like it had been only baked for 15 minutes.
Chocolate's garbage.
And I'm thinking, it's over. That looks like pudding.
That's not good. I don't know how they can recover from that.
We can't do anything about it now. This chocolate cake is not going into our final product.
Screw it. We're doing a 3-layer cake.
Look at the teamwork with Justine and Matt.
Just be careful now. Let's get it nice and even.
Those are 2 cake bosses.
Yeah, that's good, that's good, that's good.
Spread, spread.
Okay, leave it, don't touch it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Yay!
Visually, I'm pretty confident.
We got the second layer wrong.
The bottom is chocolate. The first layer of icing is toasted coconut.
The second layer is orange, topped with a pistachio icing.
Oh, we got that one wrong.
Third layer of the cake is maple. And it has a caramel bacon icing.
And finally, the top layer is white cake with real blueberries.
I'm at a loss for words. I didn't taste one hint of blueberry.
Matt and Justine, please bring up your birthday cake.
I know our cake looks good. I know it's gonna present well, and I need this advantage.
Looks quite amazing. You've got great height. There are a couple of little bubbles and imperfections, but a lot is going to be revealed when I cut myself a slice. Now, the moment of truth. Look at that. A good amount of icing between each layer. Good thickness on the sponge. Now, walk me through each layer.
We have chocolate.
Toasted coconut.
Yes, orange, even though the color
It's
is
a little bit yellow.
Then it's a pistachio icing, almond sponge cake. Icing is candied bacon. And the last one is just plain vanilla.
Overall, you made 2 mistakes. Your almond layer should have been maple, and you missed the blueberries. Let's give it a taste. Tastes delicious.
Thank you.
That orange is subtle enough that it just sort of comes into play. And then who doesn't love a good old-fashioned chocolate cake? Lovely, well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm really feeling good. We hit 85% of those flavors.
Now, this challenge is a replication. And we must warn you, the dish that you're about to prepare has several tricky components. You'll all be making a Japanese bento box.
I know bento boxes in and out. This is a challenge for me.
Simple, right?
Not really.
Way too simple.
Oh, no.
You are gonna have to think outside the common bento box and make one of these. An ultra-modern bento box.
I've never had a bento box in my life.
Every component has been revolutionized and reinvented.
Here we have perfectly round salmon domes.
Wonton noodle wrapped shrimp, and a variety of exotic tempura, enoki mushrooms, purple cauliflower, and lotus fruit.
Red miso soba noodles with encrusted Wagyu beef. And 1 perfectly marinated cube of tofu. You will have only 1 hour to replicate this high-end bento box.
But don't worry, you won't have to do it alone.
That's because this is a classic MasterChef tag team challenge.
Tag team? No, I hate it. It's not gonna work out.
Only one of you will be cooking at any given time, while your partner watches from the sidelines.
Are you ready?
Yes,
Chef! Your 1 hour starts now!
Okay, Barry. All right, Miranda.
Okay, go, Matt.
I'm getting the oil on.
Barry, I would just clean that rice till it runs clear.
Equal parts rice to water,
Yeah, 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
What would be your point of attack?
Obviously the rice. It has to be washed, getting rid of all the starches.
Almost there.
It's the foundation to any great sushi.
Is it rinsed enough? Rinse it again, rinse it again.
Okay, fine.
The rice goes on, you put your oil on so it starts to warm up, things that take a long time. Then you can start doing some of the more finer detail work.
So let's break down this veg.
Yeah.
I couldn't have asked for a better teammate.
Looking good, Barry. Nice job, buddy.
I'm a workhorse. I can do things quickly.
We need to chiffonade some bok choy, and that goes in there as well.
And Trevor's attention to detail. This is my dream team.
Beautiful.
Nice. Those are nice and tight, right, Barry?
Tight as I could get them.
Switch!
Check the rice. Yo, yeah, go.
Do you mind if I redo these prawns?
You feel free if you think it's necessary.
Trevor is far more artistic than me.
Don't take too much time on those, Trevor.
Switch!
Okay, switch.
Good job, buddy.
Okay, good job, Matt. Thank you for helping me. Japanese is not my strong suit.
We need to sashimi the salmon.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Trevor is very fast, and that's very important in a time challenge.
Whereas Barry, he's a little bit more steady as she goes.
It's got to be like paper thin. One smooth motion.
I would prefer to, take my time making this meal. Sit back and have a glass of wine.
I'm gonna leave this for you.
Okay, yeah. It's like working with my dad.
Where's my asparagus? Where'd I put it?
Tempura is a very important part of Japanese cooking.
Mixture of flour and cornstarch. Flour to give the consistency, cornstarch get nice and crispy.
Some recipes for tempura ask that you put soda water into it to help it be like neri.
You're gonna put the whole can, or are you gonna...
I'm gonna do it till it's right.
Don't mix it too much. Don't mix it too much.
The consistency of a tempura batter is very important.
You want those lumps in there. It's a true art form, tempura.
Careful not to burn yourself.
Justine nailed it when she mixed that batter. I could feel it when I was battering all the vegetables.
Hold it, and then drop it. Hold it, then drop it. Yeah, that's good, that's good. This is so stressful.
Switch!
Good job, buddy. I think that's good, eh?
Yeah.
So now they need to be double-checking that they've got everything done, thinking about their plating, getting their dips and their sauces.
Trevor, don't forget the tofu and the cucumber slice, man.
We're getting it all on the plate, Barry.
Major components all have to be there, then make it pretty.
The shrimp out?
Look, the noodle around Justine's shrimp just exploded when it hit the oil. And I tell you why, because it's not wrapped tight.
Pretty much we're in panic mode at this point.
We gotta start plating too, Justine. We gotta get something on that plate.
Yeah, I know.
Ah, switch!
Pressure is on.
Soba noodle. Soba noodle, where's my soba noodle?
It's already
Oh, it's already
plated.
there. Switch! It's all on you.
Get the beef.
Trevor is redoing the plating of the tempura. That's Trevor.
Is it crispy enough?
I have no choice, hon.
1 minute! You only have 1 minute left! Come on!
Come on, guys.
You have 1 minute. You can make it crispy.
Where's the spice for on top of the salmon?
Just a light sprinkling.
Light sprinkle, light
Just
sprinkle.
a light sprinkle.
Absolutely insane here.
Come on, we got this, Justine. We can take it home.
God, I'm freaking shaking.
10, 9, 8,
Anything.
Clean it up. Clean it up.
Season, clean it up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up! Trevor and Barry, please bring up your bento box.
They're gunning today. They're going after the smallest details. It's making me really nervous.
At first glance, I'm very impressed. These are round, very nice. Beef, well cut. Everything's there, right?
Wrong.
What's not there then?
We missed the lotus root.
Oh,
Or
you missed the lotus root.
I missed the lotus
Oh,
root.
you missed the lotus root. Now, wonton noodle crusted shrimp. It certainly looks better than everyone else. But taste is king. Now that is delicious. Good season on it, cooked perfectly. I'm very impressed.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
Who made the sushi?
I did the rice. Trevor sliced the salmon.
Looks pretty textbook.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
The rice is perfectly cooked, but it's not perfectly seasoned.
We use mirin.
Rice wine is what you use with sushi rice. This is the most beautiful bento box we've seen in this challenge, but it looks a lot better than it tastes, unfortunately.
Sorry, buddy.
No worries, no worries.
What a beautiful piece of beef, huh?
Yes, Chef.
So who actually cooked it?
I did, Chef.
You did. Look, it looks nicely cooked. The encrusting of it. Looks like you have a little of the togarashi on the top here. Here goes. You barely have to chew. It is so tender. That little searing on the outside, the heat that comes in from the togarashi seasoning. Just a plate of that on its own, and I'd be a happy man.
Me too, Chef.
Very nicely done.
Tonight, your challenge is to replicate this show-stopping dessert.
Just cotton candy?
What?
Come on up and take a closer look. It's called Hawaiian Mountain Cloud, or as they say in Hawaii, the Mona Lei. It's a little mystery on a plate. Now, the key to revealing all its irresistible elements is this beautiful passion fruit reduction. pour it on, and the cotton candy cloud dissolves to reveal a deliciously tropical landscape.
It's not just cotton candy, it's the entire world of dessert in the middle.
That's so awesome.
The base is a Dutch ginger cookie, topped with sponge and flambéed pineapple. Resting upon that is a mascarpone and cream cannelle, plus
Oh my God, there's more stuff in there?
a macadamia nut tuile. All this is surrounded by shards of frozen kiwi.
Holy smokes, that's crazy.
Are you ready?
Yes, chef.
Time starts now.
Good. I have scratched and clawed my way to top 4, and I am going to nail this.
If they want to stand a chance to survive this pressure test, it's really important that they make that perfect, light, fluffy, yet moist sponge cake.
Notice that May filled her sponge cake over the top, which means now that that sponge will stick to the top, and then you're done.
Muffin tops.
Yeah, muffin tops.
I don't want to put them too high, otherwise they'll go over.
Taya, on the other hand, filled it just with about that much from the top. That's perfect.
I realized that I overfilled my cake mold. It's a problem because it needs to sit nice and flushed on the plate.
This is a replication challenge, and all of these details make a huge difference. You're only as strong as the weakest component.
This could send me home. There's a cookie, there's mascarpone, quenelle, there's flambéed pineapples. This dessert is so much for one person to do in 60 minutes.
I am definitely not known for my time management. I need to multitask more than I ever have. I need to move faster than I've ever moved. I need to nail this.
This is the most intense I've seen it.
Yeah, totally.
Making their tuiles now.
The dough is rather like a thick batter on a tuile, and you have to spread it in a thin, even layer.
Now that's a smart move by May. She made a couple in case the first does not work out. Always have an insurance policy when you're baking.
Taya only made one trio. Very risky.
I don't have time to do anything twice right now.
You have 10 minutes left.
I'm like this close to a panic attack. There's just so many freaking components.
This is neck and neck. Both May and Taya are starting their candy floss at the exact same time.
Come on. You got this.
This cotton candy is just so frustrating. It won't go as fast as I want it to. And I have like a million other things to keep doing. Perfect.
This is intense. I mean, both Taya and May are going at full speed.
Freaking kiwi. I've never worked with liquid nitrogen before. I know it's cold.
It's really fun to be taking these kiwis out and smashing them. It lets a lot of stress out.
30 seconds, just 30 seconds left.
The palms of my hands are sweating right now. This is crazy.
If they make it, it'll be by the skin of their teeth.
Let's go, ladies, let's go!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Wow. Woo. Incredible.
How do you feel you did, Taya?
I think I did really good. Couple small things. My cotton candy got a little wet, so it's shrunk a little. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. It looks good to me.
Well, at first glance, it looks as if it's only partly cloudy.
A little bit of sunshine, too.
Let's make it rain. I gotta say, pretty beautiful. I'm gonna try the sponge cake along with a little of that passion fruit reduction. Sponge looks really nice. I see you've got some pineapple in there that has a nice golden brown color to it.
Thank you, Chef.
The pineapple absolutely delicious.
Thank you, Chef.
And your passion fruit reduction, nicely balanced. But I do find the sponge to be a little sweeter than I'd hoped for. It's a balancing act. Sugar in the sponge, sugar in the reduction. Overall, it is incredibly impressive to see you pull a dessert like this off in 60 minutes.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
There's so many components in this, and they all need to come together. This all comes down to the fine details. Did you only make one?
I did. I had no time.
Well, let me tell you, it is perfect.
Thank you, Chef.
You're either really lucky or you're crazy.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
Thank you, Chef.
You know, Taya, I don't know what is more impressive, this dessert or how you have transformed yourself in such a short period of time. I have not seen that level of confidence in you yet. You've proven to yourself and everyone here that you belong here.
Thank you, Chef.
This next replication challenge will require precision and a delicate hand. Today, you'll be making a chocolate sphere.
Crap.
A pristine globe of perfectly tempered dark chocolate. This isn't just a dessert. It is a work of art, and it's much more complex than it appears.
This perfect chocolate ball, shiny, sparkling, and you want these hands to make something that pretty and delicate?
You might want to get a little closer.
My stomach is just knots. I bake, but creating this perfect glossy orb is so far out of my comfort zone.
What you see now is about to disappear.
Chef Michael begins pouring a bubbling hot caramel sauce over the chocolate orb.
It's really mesmerizing just watching it melt and fall apart like that.
Inside that dome is a whole different marvel. A pistachio cake surrounded by honeycomb and topped with brulee figs. You only have 70 minutes to replicate this intensely difficult dessert. And we are expecting perfection in taste and presentation.
Home cooks, are you ready?
Yes, Chef.
Your 70 minutes starts now.
Let's go, guys. You got this, guys. Just one thing at a time.
Talk about going from one extreme to another. In the last challenge, Chrissy and Josh were team members. Now they're adversaries.
So the first thing they have to do is temper the chocolate. The reason we temper chocolate is so that they can work with it and it'll hold that spherical shape. They need to bring it up to a temperature about 114 degrees.
Come on.
If you overheat it, it could split and become very, very grainy.
To me, baking is like rocket science, very measured and precise. There's so many things that could go wrong.
You're about 10 minutes in, guys.
Thank you. The chocolate will take a little bit of time to melt. So in the meantime, I'm gonna start my cake.
The next step is a pistachio cake.
And what I'm looking for is a light, fluffy Genoese sponge cake.
I'm trying to get that cake in the oven, so I'm just sifting the flour and then I can bring it all together. I've baked so many cakes. I know that this is something I could kind of do with my eyes closed almost.
Good job, Chrissy. Way to get that in.
I pulled my chocolate off the heat.
This is the tricky part happening now.
This is too hot. I have to make sure it's at the proper temperature.
Josh is checking the temperature on his chocolate now.
Trying to get it to 88, 89. Now I'm putting handfuls of cold chocolate into it to bring that temperature down.
So close. This is definitely the most precise and exact challenge we have ever given to home cooks. You're good. Yeah, we're good.
Perfect. I'm good to go.
All right.
What they're gonna do is take that tempered chocolate, pour it into those molds.
All right, baby, come on.
They shape them so there's an even coating of chocolate inside.
Even professional chefs often make mistakes with the chocolate spheres.
Come on, come on, come on.
Come on, baby, come on, baby. I'm trying to coat every part of this ball. Come on. I'm shaking it like a maniac right now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on,
Come on. Come on.
It's good. Finally, I get it to a point where I like it. I sprint to the kitchen, put it in the fridge to cool off.
Josh has finished his sphere.
Let's go, Josh. Way to move, bud.
Her sphere's not working.
I'm realizing that my chocolate has cooled down too much. It's not spreading inside the sphere. It's starting to set as I'm moving it around. Why?
Chrissy is in deep water right now.
All that's going through my head is, you're done. You're done.
Yes, Chrissy.
Chrissy has pulled a balloon out as her second option for the chocolate sphere.
At this point, man, I gotta try anything.
That's something we've seen in Chrissy over and over again. She does not give up. She will not throw the towel in.
She wants that title bad.
I know it's not gonna be pretty, but I'm not going down without a fight.
Remember, it's not just about the sphere. They still have to make the sponge toffee and brulee that fig.
And the hot caramel sauce that's going to melt that chocolate sphere.
Come on, damn you. I've already, done my cake, did my chocolate sphere, so now I'm just working on all the garnishes.
I think he's doing his toffee sponge right now with that baking powder and sugar.
Come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby.
It's a little pale.
Cute.
Josh's sponge that he's made is not working out. It's too light.
I have to do that one over again.
He did not allow it to actually get caramelized and get that beautiful depth of flavor.
With 15 minutes left, I combine all the ingredients again and start from scratch. Okay, so let's do this.
I'm cutting it very close at this point.
Way to keep hanging in there.
I'm basically trying to get 10 things done at once. I need to move.
Come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
These home cooks barely have time to think.
I take my cake out of the oven, and it worked.
Chrissy's cake looks spectacular.
I'm not ready to go home. I've given up too much, and I've fought too hard.
Josh's second batch of sponge toffee is out.
Oh, Josh, looks good, bud.
Looking at my second batch of sponge toffee, it looks way better than the first time. Now I'm starting to assemble everything on this plate. Okay.
You got this, Josh. Yes, bud.
Shaking like a leaf right now.
All right. It's ugly, but it's a dome.
5 minutes. You only have 5 minutes left.
They have to get those chocolates out now.
Yeah.
5 minutes left, and now I'm messing around with my globe. I'm starting to turn it. I'm trying to pry it open very nicely and gently.
You have to have very steady hands.
Now I'm kind of holding my breath.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at that.
Look, but he still has one half to release.
Yes, Joshy.
You got it?
Oh, baby, yes.
Oh.
Wow. You're giving me
Good
goosebumps,
job.
man.
Good job, Josh.
Good job, Josh.
This is risky now. She's got to try and get that balloon unstuck from the edge of the chocolate and then remove it from that sphere without damaging it.
There you go.
Awesome, Chrissy. Let's go, Chrissy.
And I made a hole.
There you go, Chrissy.
If everything else on the plate is great, maybe, just maybe, I can get away with my lumpy, ugly sphere.
Here goes Josh. He's motoring through it.
Come on, paintbrush.
The title is so close, they can taste it right now.
Come on, guys.
10, 9, 8,
Let's go.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up.
Hot damn, that was amazing. Wow.
I'm really proud of you. Good job.
Thank you.
Hi there, Josh.
Chef.
That was an amazing challenge to watch. How did you feel when you finally had those molds release from the chocolate?
Definitely happy that it came out one piece.
Well, the tempering of the chocolate, I think, was pretty decent because it has that nice, lustrous shine to it. Now, the moment of truth. This dessert needs to reveal what lies beneath it. It has to be that perfect thickness in order for that magic to happen.
Oh, yes.
Right on cue. A real showpiece. I want to try a little of that sponge toffee. In my mind, nothing wrong with the taste. I would just like to have seen it a little bit more fluffed up. But I appreciate the fact that you did it twice to try and perfect it. Good luck.
Hey, Josh.
Chef?
The outside, it's important, but that's only the face. The inside, that's also very important, right? So, how's your inside? The cake, just a little bit dry. But I love figs. You did a great job cooking them. The butter, the seasoning, it just adds an extra goodness into this dessert. Were you surprised you were able to pull this off?
Yeah, Chef, you know, being a big guy, not used to little dainty things like that. I was a little worried I'd manhandle it too much, but I was super happy to get it all together for you.
Well, very nicely done.
Thanks, Chef.